Yo, it's Mel from Rap Rankings. To hear the full episode this clip comes from and all the other episodes, stop by raprankings.com or search Rap Rankings on your favorite podcast platform.
You are watching a master at work.
Yeah. Dedication to double R. Moulz Mel, I got you. Sweet. And Susan tripping, so I gotta let her know something. I need my ad revenue or I'ma blow something. And them guideline strikes and copyrights ain't stop nothing. I'm on a block hustling. These hoe niggas ain't know that Stilo blowing up and taking rap with them. We getting money, flipping shorties, counting mad chicken. Hey, shout out Jesse, that's my hitter. We outside with it. We running down on number 5 and treat her op different. Come and see us, chump. Ain't no they don't want that, huh? On that honey gold of luck, I'm sipping with my pinky up. That's that freaky smut. Never ask what's inside my cup. Get back on my grizzly. Upload bangers. Fuck the summer up. Yeah, double R. Clicking up with Devil Gent. You can try these other podcasts. It's never them. Moulz Mel tell me that it's up again. It's another classic in the books. We back again. Ayy, it's another classic in the books. We back again. Stilo in double R. Homie double N. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what time we on.
Sir.
That's what time we on. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's the mixtape season. It's the mixtape season. Look, Moulz, I know I opened up a can of worms, but if everybody come in here rapping this season, I don't know what to tell them. We might just have to let them get their bars off.
Know what the fuck going on?
Al Shipley, Jesse, whoever show up.
Al Shipley's got. Listen, I want to hear the Al Shipley freestyle over Codeine Crazy next week, okay?
Oh, shit.
All right, look, folks, if you somehow don't get the picture, Stilo Velo. Hold on, we got a new drop for that, Moulz, by the way, because, you know, I'm the man that can't talk on the show and all that.
Right.
We got a brand new drop. I hope I don't have to use it that often. But here we go. Kevin Gates.
Oh, that's a new word. I just invented it.
Yeah,
I just invented that shit. I'm a gangster. Ooh, bitch.
I'm a gangster. Ooh,
Yeah, look. Stilo Vino Pellegrino is back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We had to bring him in. We had to bring him in. This is a man who, you know, Moulz, I don't want to speak for, but we're Wayne stans. Right?
Oh,
it's
big
fair
time.
to say.
I mean, he's in my top 5 for sure.
There you go. Same with me. So I know Styles is the right man to bring in because he understands this era of Wayne. He reveres it. He respects it. He was there. We were there. He's the right man for the job here tonight.
Mel, we're coming off of the background information here and our personal experience with this mixtape. So, you know, the people have already heard where we're coming from with this. I think before we get into the review proper, we should give Stilo the floor to just talk about where he was when this dropped.
Go ahead, Stilo. YouTube legend Stilo. Okay.
Thank you.
The mad uploader, you know?
You're far too kind. I appreciate y'all. But where I was in a very transitional period in my life, you know. Just like type of male situation, we got similar situations to where we were uprooted and type shit where, you know, we was moving around a lot. So I moved around a lot. So I was in a completely different environment. I went to Ohio for a couple years. I got cooked. That's a different story, different tangent. But I left. Me leaving because the Knuck of You Buck freestyle is the same period of this, right?
I believe so.
Little earlier,
before,
actually.
Right?
It's
So 05. 05, right?
Yeah, I want to say it's 05. It's after the Squad mixtapes. It's before Dedication 2 at the very least.
Okay, and Dedication 2 is, it has, because the Drought 3 was 06, right? Or spring 07?
No, Drought 3 is 07. This is May of 06.
Okay, so May of 06, I was in a very transitional period. So what this means to me is more speaking to the testament of me traveling and kind of like building that dog. You know that meme that's going around? He got that dog in him.
The dog in
This is the soundtrack to that dog. You know what I mean? So when I'm hearing him rap with so much conviction and him really laying down the blueprint of that dog of rappers that got that dog in them, this is where it starts. So every rapper that I love, they heard this and they revere this. So it's like, you know how you get the originator, and you may not be on point or on or hip to the originator. So you kind of catch it later on with the people that ran off the style and ran off the influence. That's kind of like what the comedians who kind of run off of Richard Pryor style, and you catch it on later on. It's like, oh, that came from Richard Pryor. Same shit with Wayne. So like all my favorite rappers adopted this, but this right here is a school bus classic.
Talk to him.
We was on the school bus. We was on the school bus, bro. There's plenty of times where people was spitting these lines like it was theirs, but it was Wayne.
Oh, we're getting there.
Let me tell you what Wayne did for us. What Wayne did for the black community. Listen, a lot of the shorties wasn't really on the mixtape rap. They was on the radio joints. They was being serenaded, or they was with the little pop joints. So when the shorties would ask or be on the school bus, follow me, y'all with me? When you would be on the school bus and they would spit it, and you see the eyes get big and you crush.
Look, that's Mel stealing the Sports Center bars.
We're getting. See, when this episode drops, Styles, go to that Sports Center review because I'm telling the whole story. Listen, the pure joy I would get from spitting these bars that were 100% not mine around the shorties. Okay, because
brother,
Wayne,
how I know?
I'm sorry, but I had to. You were that nice. I spat them like they were mine. Okay,
bro, how did I know? How did I know? I'm telling you, it's a universal experience.
Look, man,
I never tried to pass any of these bars off like they were mine, but this was, and I was already out of high school at this point, so ain't no school bus for me anymore.
Oh shit, you was out to high school. Oh shit,
I was already out of high school, but the thing is, I'll talk about this in this review, and I'll talk about this on the finale. This was like 4 deep in the car with the homies doing bad things.
Yeah. Y'all was spinning. Allegedly.
Look, man. This is, for the record, you're in the right place, folks. This is track 2. Get 'em on dedication 2. Look, man.
Like this is that. Like I'm just saying, this was just part of the diet.
When you talk about having that dog in you, and I want to be clear because this is yet another phrase I'm already noticing the Caucasians are running off with, like they do every phrase. Okay, look, when we talk about that dog, I think about that clip. I remember in this very room where I recorded my first rap song. I found my first Lil Wayne mixtape. This very room I'm sitting in right now, sweating musty because I'm excited to talk about this thing. I'm sweating right now, okay? I remember seeing that clip of Wayne in the studio that Drake would sample. Later on, if you're reading this, that I need a beat, I need a producer. What is you doing? You got, what do you say? Come to the studio with clips, ammo. That work ethic. You know, this is why me and Moulz sit here for 10 hours, because this guy, Lil Wayne, put things like this in us.
I understand.
Okay? We were built on this mindset of like killing yourself for the work. And it's like, that's that dog. This man was rapping on anything and everything.
And I'm going to say this, right? And it's just situational. It's not anyone's fault specifically, like one person. But I don't see rappers going for it like this anymore.
I mean, young boy, are you talking about work ethic? Are we talking about work ethic? Or are we talking about like?
No, I'm not just talking about work ethic. I'm talking about like, because there are definitely still artists out there who have an active leak culture like Wayne did around this time.
Right.
But I'm talking about jumping on other people's shit and killing it.
Look, the reason for that, you could trace back to the fact that people don't know how to download files anymore. The landscape's different to where, like,
you can't put unauthorized recordings on streaming.
Yeah, you're not.
Yeah, you can't do. There's the
you'll run afoul
thing.
of
or YouTube.
you know,
That's
copyrights
a
and whatnot.
That's a takedown. Yeah, YouTube. That's a
That's
takedown.
what Styles
bro.
was rapping about. Susan will
I was
strike
talking
your
about
shit
them
quick.
copyright strike. Yeah, bro. You don't want that, bro.
It's
It
a shit
strikes
because
you
like,
out.
and it sucks because it's like I'm not monetizing this. I'm rapping. I'm jacking for
But the
beats.
thing
I'm doing
is-
what rappers do. I'm rapping over beats.
I'm just thinking in a different landscape, right? Like, would the rappers of today, if things were the way they were even 10 years ago, would they still be putting out free mixtapes in addition to their retail releases at the clip that they used to be doing that at? I mean, you know, we're talking about now, we're in 2006, and this was ripe for free mixtapes. Every single day, you would check a live mixtapes, a Dat Piff, you'd see what was coming out, what's on the top of the charts, what haven't I heard yet that I need to check out, and it's all free. So Stilo is talking about traveling around, being on the road and whatnot. Like, you could just pull up a laptop, download the thing for free in 50 seconds, and you're jamming. So it's a special time. It's somewhat like the Wild West. And, you know, we definitely have 3 appreciators of Wayne and this era.
3
doing-
contributors, I would,
I mean, throughout-
conquistadors, contributors, yes.
Yeah, throughout the years, you know, even going as far to doing shit like this ourselves. So you heard it up top on the intro, and a fabulous intro, by the way, Stilo, I have to say.
I appreciate that. You know, coming from y'all, that means a lot. You feel me?
But I got some audio too. But before we get into the audio, I don't want to get ahead of myself here. I think we should all go around, rate the song, and you are our guest, so we will invite you, if you would like, to give your rating first.
Oh, bro, 8, straight 8,
Okay.
straight 8.
Okay.
Bro.
Moulz,
Straight.
you want to go?
Sure. I gave this an 8-. Sting Me Baby.
Well, damn, son. Moulz Mel Connect, 8-. All right, crazy 8s, bitch. All right, look, we like this a lot. We like it a lot. All right.
It's like anything else, you know? It's just... It's
Tell
a
him,
good-
Kevin Nash.
It's a good rap song. It's a mixtape freestyle, but they're elevating the level of penmanship, and you know, the delivery is it's ferocious. It's rough, and intense, but it's real. You know, we brought hip hop to wrestling.
All right, Kevin Nash, enough out of you. We know you wore FUBU, all right?
Nah,
Look,
FUBU.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing, man. I know you got this archival audio, but you just reminded me of something. Like, I used to. I talked about this. This is not shameless promo. It was a different era of my life, but on the This Is Melvin YouTube series, in the episode where I talk about discovering the Drought 3, different mixtape, but my surprise, because that was my introduction to the mixtape culture, my surprise to hear somebody rap on songs that I heard on the radio, I was confused by the concept, because I'm like, did these artists know he's doing this? Like, this is allowed? You can do this? And like, right. I'm just, this era, folks, if you weren't around for it, Wayne in particular, it was almost scary for him to rap on your beat, because he was going to take it from you. Okay, yeah. He was gonna take your song, and it's his song now. Whatever you did originally, it's done. It's done. His version becomes the definitive.
There's actually one instance on this tape where I feel like he failed to do that, but for the most part, around this time, he was like the Grim Reaper of mixtape rappers. He would just show up with that
fucking hook in sight. Not a fucking
he'd just have that fucking sickle in his hand, and he'd show up. Like, when he showed up, Drought 3, when he showed up to Mike Jones, Mr. Jones, we never heard from him again. That phone line got disconnected.
I tried calling it.
Look, man. Look, folks, that number is disconnected, but ours isn't. 718-635-0743. Call in and tell us your favorite Lil Wayne mixtape moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
LilWayne.com, bitch, log in. Yeah, we here.
Look, man, the idea of Wayne hopping on these beats becoming the definitive versions. Like you said, not everything, but a high percentage. We know about the show me what you got freestyle. We know like moments like that. You know, it's like, I know the industry was looking around like, who is this? Like, is this the same fucking kid that was wobbledy in the late night? Like, this is not the same kid.
If you were paying attention, you had seen the ascent already, you know, with the squad mixtapes, with the prefix and the suffix, with Dedication 1, the Carter 2, you know, all of this stuff is kind of percolating, and the people who are paying attention are like, oh shit, this dude is getting better and better and better. He sounds so hungry. He's kind of experimenting more and more with his voice and his delivery. The bars are becoming more free associative in parts, you know, on the mixtape stuff, for example. But, you know, this was originally, this Get 'Em, a Dipset song. It's from Diplomatic Immunity Volume 2.
Yeah, Get From Round Me.
Get From Round Me. Not particularly a highlight of that album. Stilo asked Mel prior to the show if that was archival audio, and if he could. So I brought it in so he could take some get the rub from, you know, suggesting an archival audio, and we're going to talk a little bit about throughout the whole review. It's just going to start here. Really, 2 or 3 other songs it'll come back up. Wayne and Dipset, and Cash Money and Dipset.
Oh my
really.
God! Oh Lord! Holy!
Wayne and Jewels. You know what that relationship was like, because you got to keep in mind too, I'm from New York, so you know the cosign of Dipset to Lil Wayne was huge, at least where I'm from. I don't know how many waves were made from, you know, people who weren't from New Orleans or from the South, or people who weren't from the East Coast, if that cosign really mattered as much. But we have here first Push It remix, just Wayne's verse. Push It was also on the Diplomatic Immunity Volume 2. And actually, you know what? No, we're going to go back even further. The first actual collaboration, the first time Wayne ever appeared on a song with someone from Dipset, it was in 2002 on Birdman's album. The song is Ghetto Life, featuring Lil Wayne, Cameron, and TQ.
Okay.
I thought it was going to be Bird Call with AR Ryder.
The J.R. Ryder Bird Call. That was on the Funk Flex Car Show album, 2005. So this was actually 3 years before, in 2002.
Got it. All right.
Okay.
Let's check it out.
Okay, we got the Birdman in the building. We got Killer in the building. Yeah, we got Young Weezy in the building.
Nigga, it's BMJ. Weezy, baby, try to see him. No, he need an even 80. And I ain't speaking G's, I'm talking M. And I'm walking like a pimp in them ostrich Timbs. Man, shot it got more green than a Boston gym. Green Austin on coast and rims. Wayne appear, nigga, put a waltz in your ear. Let you know a fucking boss up in here. How much it costs for this here? How much it costs for this year? Cause we ain't stunned about to buy it. Put your spoons down, cash money off the diet. I pass in a ride, don't try it. That's trade for those who was in the days when the teacher was on that page. I'm raised in a cage with a bit of amazing grace. Prone to move coke at an amazing pace. Man, my daddy's Super Dave, let's face it, will not happen. B, I'ma win it, I'm a champion. I'm a ghetto boy. Living at a ghetto me, ghetto straight. Somebody tell me what's ghetto. Ghetto life, any second dog I can blow up. Ghetto me, you better be watching me.
T-Keys, Birdman, baby. See, I ride on them shacks when I'm pimping them hoes. It's just that when I'm smoking that dro, when it comes to the ice
When I'm pimping them hoes.
That had a little bop to it too.
Okay.
A little swing to it. I fuck
A little
with
bit
that.
of ghetto life. The line that stuck out to me. What did Wayne say? Green all around like a Boston gym. Hey, shout out to Boston. Shout out to Dart Adams. But hey, fuck them niggas. Jason Tatum, you broad shoulder bitch. You lost.
Chill.
Yeah, I love it. They lost.
Chill.
Anyway, yeah, Ghetto Life. You heard him up top say Killer. You know, Killer, Cameron was on the record.
Cameron's on there as well. But then 2 years later, on the, I believe it's the video version, and this was on a couple mixtapes, the Push It remix. This is Wayne's verse.
Okay. Push It remix. Here we go.
Hey, push W-E-E-Z-Y, Birdman Jr., I'm fly. Bitch know the name and the game. Airplanes and trains with cane. Pussy pay me, I'm a pimp, so I don't have to buy. No niggas won't buy you, but see me, I won't fuck for free like I can Nelly, bitch. No, I ain't Nelly, bitch. This ain't no tip drill. I got like 6 pills, but I'm on that sip still. It make me sit still. Wish really money get real. I'm trying to fuck you and a fifth wheel. Push it.
Now push it. Push it good. Push it. Push it real good. Ooh, baby, baby. Ooh, baby, baby. Ooh, baby, baby. Ooh, baby, baby. Get up on this.
Crazy right here. Before we get up out of here, though, welcome home to my nigga Kev Webb. Waterbed, what up?
Who?
My nigga Larry.
He said
We'll do
who?
it like this, though. We're going to stay on the subject. Thugocracy, you know what I mean? WAP News, the hood's new channel. It's not Fox, nigga.
It's not Fox,
This right
nigga.
here, it's part 2. Why?
What the hell going on?
Nigga, is that a symbol?
Just gonna play a reverse symbol? Okay.
Hell nah, man.
That novelty sample had me, that push had me doing them Sada Baby dances. That was Wayne will hop on anything, man. He really will. And I respect that about him. It's why I had that gene. You said something earlier, Styles, like how he would just jump on no hook in sight. Wayne fucked me up early in my rap career because I thought that was rap songs. Because I started rapping off Wayne mixtape, I didn't know how to write a hook until probably 3-4 years into my rapping career, because I thought this is what you did. You got on and rapped for like at least 48 bars and you got off. Like, I didn't know what else to do.
A lot of people didn't know how to, and a lot of people didn't know how to write no hooks. I mean, it was no hooks going on.
You know, just not a single hook in sight. In fact, I brought something in. I'm not gonna play the whole thing. Just to let y'all know, like, how influential Wayne was. I recorded a song, I believe in 2008. So this is like 2 years after the tape. But the song is called Get 'Em, you know, because Wayne had a song called Get 'Em. He was Lil Wayne, I was Lil Mel. I wrote a song called Get 'Em. Different beat, obviously. But again, no hook. No hook. I think I wrote this song in physics class. All right. Check this out, folks. This is one of those rare.
Nigga.
What you say?
You were supposed to be learning, nigga.
I know that, nigga. Don't, my daddy listening. Don't say nothing. Here we go. Get 'em. Okay. I was young.
You are watching a master at work.
Yeah. This is PND Baby. I feel fantastic right now. Need a garden when I'm finished, cause I'm going for the green like a pair of hedge clippers. And I don't need help getting money by myself. New car in the pink, be wetter than Michael Phelps, sucker. No other. Your girl called me detective cause she say I'm great undercovers. No, I'm just playing, baby. I'ma stay celibate. I only set the line for the hell of it. I'm here. Matter of fact, I'm so clean like a virgin taking a shower in Lysol, huh? Yeah, I made you do a double take. Too much jewelry. My fingers in rings like heavyweight prize fighters. Go over my words like highlighters. Got a Skywalker flow. I spit TIE fighters. Who are you? You say you fresh from head to toe. I got the new additions in the bell bed proposed. Boy, what you know? That's right, nothing. Your head hollow like a pumpkin. But understand something.
Listen. You can hear the Wayne
like a pumpkin.
You can hear the Wayne all in my voice, right? Like, I'm even trying to imitate.
I can hear the Wayne and I can hear the puberty.
Yeah, you can hear the puberty. Yeah,
I was 15. I was.
It
15.
sounds like your real voice that we know now, but your kid voice. It's like they're in transition with one another.
Right? Yeah, come on. Like, so this is how influential. I got the facts, or not the files. I mean, the files is the facts. Okay?
The files can often be the facts.
Hold on, can I highlight a certain bar?
Yeah, sure.
Nigga, you said,
sure.
nigga, you said something about celibacy. That was forced celibacy. That wasn't by choice.
Listen, you know what's sick? I played that and I'm still a fucking virgin. I'm still, the line is still relevant from when I was 15. That hurts me. We're not going to talk about that. But anyway, you see me trying to be Wayne. I'm imitating the laugh, the flows, the punchlines, all that. This is how influential he was. You heard the drop up top.
Truly influential. We're going to hear it in some of the archival audio, too. Some artists that have went on to actually be inspired by this tape directly in their music.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, this era, as much as, the landscape's changed in hip-hop to where, I mean, he's almost probably like a couple or a few generations behind now. Like, when I ride around with, like, my cousin and my brother and I play some of these things, they look at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, listen, I hate to hit you with the phrase, but you had to be there. You got to understand. A lot of the people you're listening to now...
I don't think you had to be there. I don't think you had to be there. That's the thing. Because I remember seeing this movie in high school by the director Michelangelo Antonioni called Blow Up. And it was an important film in the 60s. I thought it was really boring. And I told my teacher, I didn't like this film and thought it was really boring. And he's like, oh man, you had to be there. And I'm thinking, well, if you had to be there, how good was it?
I've never liked the phrase. Right, exactly. Like I hate when I feel like I have to deploy the phrase because that's a valid question. If I had to be there, then is it really good? Because if it's like timeless, if it's going to resonate with any generation, then it's...
Right. Well, there's a band in that movie, The Byrds, and like they have a cameo in the movie. They're like a band playing in it. I don't want to spoil anything. Not that very much happens to begin with, but it's like it was a cultural moment at the time, or like a countercultural sort of thing at the time. But maybe to someone like myself who's not even into like classic rock like that, it doesn't have that much of an appeal. And if you tell me I had to be there, I feel like it's something that, like, respectfully, like, I understand why the people who were there like it, but doesn't have much to offer future generations. This, on the other hand, I don't feel like you had to be there because it still holds up. I don't have to make...
Lyrically, it holds up.
Yeah.
It's not so much you had to be there as... When I said that to them, it was more so because their ears aren't attuned to the idea of a nigga just rapping for 3 minutes. Like, that's what I meant. Like, They didn't think, like, the bars were bad or they sucked or they were corny. It was like, just they aren't used to the idea of a person rapping just to rap. Rapping well, like, just to rap well.
I got a question. I got 2 questions, by the way. One question is, was this after the period where Gilly left? Because I remember Gilly was talking about this era and he wanted to do a Gangsta Grillz tape with Drama, and Drama was like, if I do a tape with you, it's gonna be no more dedications. That's 1. 2, which the timeline could obviously impact whether or not we get this duo for long, right? So I was trying to see that if you guys remember the timeline. And 2, when we're talking about you had to be there in terms of the structure of rapping without a hook and just going on, don't we already get iterations and variations of that with the timestamp records?
Well, see, and that's the thing. Like, that's kind of the way things have trickled down.
But those are not punchline records, and those are not like those are like personal diary entry records, almost like blog posts.
And it's almost a part of his brand now, to where they don't really accept that as readily from anybody, just Drake. They know the timestamp records are the ones where he's gonna rap.
Are they all personal though? Okay, so let's take 9 a.m. in Dallas. Let's just take how it's transitioned or the trajectories from where he was in his life till now. Like obviously the structure of the rap changes and it's evolved because Drake has evolved as an artist. So, good kids to smoke weed on a road. That's a punchline though.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Sure, but then there's also that redacted always kept it so hood down when we would smoke good at the Oakwoods and have girls fall through like coins in the couch. Now we fucking all the girls they warned us about. Like he's talking about, it's more anecdotal. That's what I'll say.
Like,
it's more,
but like cars all black, like the covers of Essence. That's crazy.
That's a punchline. But there's also like, what if I don't really do the numbers they predict?
It's
the classic
for
Drake.
Sure.
The small penis rap tropes, basically. Like, stop telling us your inner monologue. It's the inner monologue rap, basically.
That, and I think that's what the new generation has grown accustomed to when they think rap, like Churchill Downs. That's looked at as like a bar out record these days, but it's not like the bar out records were here on Dedication 2 on a Get 'Em, where it's just punchline after punchline, hook, uppercut. Like, it's different now. They're diary raps now, and I like both. Styles, you know me. Like I can put some diary pages on a damn record, real quick. But this in particular, like they didn't really understand, my cousin and my brother, this idea of, hopping on a beat just to keep the pen sharp, just to flex. And this is a record from that time. We all give this record an 8. I like this record a lot because it's great at capturing the essence of this era. When the second he comes in, you get the classic mixtape drop. You probably heard it like 4 or 5 times at this point in the review. You heard it in the trailer. You're watching a master at work. You heard it in my Get 'Em freestyle. It's at the top of this thing. And then we get the classic Gangsta Grillz gun with the silencer on it.
I like that drop. I love that.
He comes in. You're watching a master at work. That's like a TikTok trend now. And I bet a lot of these people don't even know.
I didn't know that because I throw that on all my reactions. I throw that on every single one.
Like I see it on like gaming clips now. Like before somebody does like a 360 no scope or something. It's like, do they know like this is some mixtape shit? Like it's just one of those things.
You know how I know? Okay, so so with it being tied forever to this mixtape is you can hear Wayne say, yeah, like at the like. If you let the clip extend for a certain second, you can't find that that's the only clip on the internet. Like that's the only, it's always going to be traced back.
Right. It's like, it's defined by this tape, by DJ Drama. And like, this was where it started, folks. And when he comes in there, and Moulz, we talked about this on the show. There's what era of Wayne you're in by the voice. Okay. Yeah. And dedication to blah, okay, comes in, Styles, this very first line. When we talk about non sequiturs just getting embedded in your head, you're like, my block pumping, and I'm trying to keep that hoe pumping. What I say, Stilo, in the chat, I got the records. We kept the file, nigga. July 13th, 2022. It was 12:29 p.m. Central Standard Time. I wrote in the chat, Gia Durza got on my screen last night and said my block pumping and I'm trying to keep that whole pumping. That was how she was performing. This is how Wayne has penetrated my life. Okay. I've incorporated these bars into my daily since 2007. This is fucking penetration. Okay. These lines are great.
That I know the original record is Get From Round Me. And I'll just say this too, before we really get into the meat of our first mixtape review of the season, a season that's going to be all mixtape reviews. I'm not going to sit up here and play every single beat. Like, I'm not going to sit here and play the original songs for every single song he rapped on.
Right.
That's a waste of time. I have more interesting and thoughtful places to take the archival audio than to do that. I'll only bring it in if I feel like I have a point to make about the original song. In relation to the song we're doing. With that said, do you want to play a little Get From Round Me?
Yeah,
I mean, this is a minor record on that album. I would not call this a highlight by any means.
Bitch! Hey, you gonna get me started.
we gonna play. Here's a little bit of "Get From Round Me," aka what I tell these women on Hinge. Okay, here we go.
Been saying this is 06.
I'm the definition of half lady, half thug, half crazy, half lazy, pumping on them drugs, half busy, half sissy, sipping on scissor, half rich, cause you know that girl a hustler. I got my money up, now I can pop shit, still hit that purple punch, fuck a style, Chris, fuck around this, bitch, I got a wild click, not that you thumping off the boat, what now, bitch, I'm one up on you, ho, I don't fuck with you, hoes, phony bitches, I will dump on you, hoes, to be a spotlight chick, I stays on the low, keep my money on my mind, and my mind on my dough, when I roll right, drove tight, you know that flow like no.
That's really enough. It's really enough. We get it.
Teachers used to hold on.
Jaja.
Teachers used to down me. Teachers used to clown me. Yeah, that's my shit, boy.
Here's the thing. I'm speaking from a New York perspective now.
Okay.
Around this time, and before this, to be clear, this isn't, the first instance of it, but you hear it in that production where New York starts to become slightly influenced by the South, and particularly like the sounds of Miami rap, and also the sounds of Atlanta. And you start to get that in things like Make It Rain, Fat Joe. And I remember that record being kind of controversial because they were, kind of getting on all the New York rappers at the time for kind of dick riding the South.
They was up in New York talking about
Jesus Lord, hip hop is dead.
Exactly. And, the funny thing is the record, I think it was on Make It Rain. Fat Joe is saying, like, why is everybody so mad at the South for, something, switch up your southpaw or whatever. Like, it was Dipset and Fat Joe, and even, like, G-Unit, to an extent, bringing in, like, Young Buck, kind of bringing the early trap and crunk and all of that into New York and the East Coast. And you got some of that New Orleans flavor too through Lil Wayne, Cash Money, and that record in particular, Get 'Em, has like very Southern sounds in it. Those synths, that
sort of Manny Fresh-esque. Like that could have been on any Cash Money album.
I ain't gonna lie, that New York shit was boring before Diplomats. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna hold you.
You said
I feel
boring?
like that shit was boring. That New York shit before, that shit was boring. I ain't gonna lie to you. Before Dipset, that shit was boring. So like, you already know I'm a charisma guy. You feel me?
So hold on, before Dipset, so you don't fuck with G-Unit?
Oh no, the unit is the unit. But you know why I think of the unit as just the unit? Because they said fuck. They said fuck New York. No, the unit said fuck New York. Let's be honest. No, you was there. The unit said fuck New York. When them niggas got on that New York record, he was mad at everybody for saving Ja Rule. Remember that? He said fuck New York. He said, "Oh, I got something for you niggas." I said, "Let them die."
But all I'm saying is, you're entitled to your opinion. I'll say that. But if I can say so myself, the generation of, because this is my generation of New York rappers, keep in mind, I didn't grow up with like the old school rappers and whatnot, Dipset and G-Unit and whatnot. These are my guys. These are the guys that are talking to my generation, so that influence is creeping in. Like I said, we did on season 9, we did Get Rich or Die Trying. We were talking about Bloodhound, and you've got, the Young Buck feature on there, just a Southern style production. 50 saying, I'm from New York, but I sound Southern. All of that, it's creeping in. And that's album, Diplomatic Immunity Volume 2, is the same album with crunk music on it, the Dipset record. So
Love that record.
You know, the South and the East are starting to intermingle more and more. It's not just like when we did Equemini, we were talking about Skew It on the Barbie, Outkast working with Raekwon, and that was like a big moment. That's not like, it's not like that anymore. There's just so much intermingling already going on. And keep in mind, this is before, and we'll get to him later this season, we have a guy like A$AP Rocky coming out of Harlem, but really with those Memphis and Houston aesthetics.
Which was actually influenced by Miami nigga and Smoke. No, not Smoke Perp. The other one, Space Ghost.
Space Ghost Perp. Yeah. Raider Clan.
Yeah, Raider Clan, which was influenced by Odd. It's weird. It gets weird. It actually gets weird.
We're diving into it all season long. So
it actually gets weird. Yeah.
there is one more piece of archival audio I brought in for this song, and if you notice on this freestyle, the beat changes randomly at one point.
Yeah.
Before it goes back into Get From Around Me.
The little intermission where drama starts talking.
You talk about when he's like, I am the God, that part? About the same record? Or a different record?
Right after that part.
Okay.
He calls himself the God at the end of both verses. But
then a new beat comes in. It's like a soul beat almost. And then the Get From Around Me beat comes back in after that for the outro portion. That's a Kanye West beat, if you didn't know.
Okay, that makes sense. I heard the rolls of the freaking drums.
The bongos.
The rumble pack drums, yeah.
Yeah, the rumble packs and the bongos in the building. It's actually Bump J, Pusha Man. This is the Bump J, Pusha Man remix. I've isolated Kanye's verse because I'm sure you don't want to hear Rhymefest lead off the song.
Rhymefest? Listen.
Rhymefest leads off the song.
This is the thing. I mean, we've talked about this extensively on the show, but for the record, I like Kanye's rumble pack Banjo-Kazooie ass drums. Okay. Moulz doesn't. But, you know, it's okay because, listen.
You can have an opinion. I can have an opinion.
That's what that nigga told Kehlani. Okay.
Here we go. You out of line. You out of line.
Bump J. Here we go.
I got my game getting unusual, man. Go to war like Bush for change. You don't know, then use a lame. Man, I'm the pusher, man. Man, I'm the pusher, man. Man, I'm the pusher, man. You don't know, then use a lame. Man, I'm the pusher,
How could
man.
you say Khan is so pompous? You ain't been to his concerts. You just talking that nonsense. He in the same league Nas is, or Jay is, my favorite. A lot of people say that's where Ye is. Though a fresh man, still a West man, one of the best man like Tay Diggs. And I was so patient when niggas straight disrespecting them. So I did what they expect from them. Dropped the dropout and blazed them. And ain't nobody feel my pain until the hits that I came with. I'm Kanye Net came, but to you, I'm Rick James, bitch.
Those fucking drums are rumbling, man.
Go to war like Bush for change. You don't know, then use a lame. Man, I'm the pusher, man. Man, I'm the pusher, man.
I mean, I like it.
That should remind me of Chance. I'm your pusher, man.
I was gonna say I wouldn't be shocked if that was where he.
Come on, guys. Curtis Mayfield, Pusher Man. Really?
Well, no, I know the original sample. I'm saying though, the Chance being from Chicago
and that cadence.
You know?
Of course, it comes from Curtis Mayfield, but Curtis Mayfield said it in a certain cadence where Nate Fox said in a completely different rhythm tempo. It was a different pocket. It was the guy that made the beat. Not who.
Who?
Hey, Nate. If you ever hear this, Moulz is sipping on I think I can fuck with him juice. It's him. It's him.
All right, I'm sorry. I get it. He's on Abbott Elementary. He's a fucking superstar. We know he does music with Kenny Beats. I'm sorry, dude. What's his name?
Nate Fox, bro.
Nate Fox. Booty man.
That's Zach Fox.
Oh, you out of line. You out of line.
Moulz talking about
What did I learn? I learned that people in Chicago was wrong.
Okay.
What the fuck? Where did you get that?
VH, look, it's a lot coming from that in the future of this show. Yeah, look, folks, it's the mixtape season. All right, so naturally, this is going to go in a lot of different directions because on these mixtapes, there are no rules. You can do what you want. This is why the era was so good, okay? Because we didn't have Susan, CEO of YouTube, telling you what you could upload. You could rap on whoever beat you want it. You know, and people would download it. That you put up an MP3
there's something
file.
about this one, like called Get 'Em, to me. That's just like with the dog sound in there and the Get 'Em leading off with this song, and the way he approaches the record. My bad. He's got an aggressive streak in him on this record. I've always loved how hungry he sounds on here.
Look, the accenting of I got it all, but I beat you like you stole something. My bitch tripping, say I treat her like my old woman. I tell her bitch I'm probably better off with no woman. That's that shit. That's that shit. That's what they don't want you to have anymore. Okay? They said, Mel, is this the Fresh and Fit podcast now? No, it's a line. It's a rap line, and sometimes it's applicable to my life. Okay.
Yeah, how he plays with the words on this is expertise level. Just how he plays with the simplicity. A lot of people would criticize Wayne for a lot of people think maybe it's dumbed down and everything like that, but he made it so. I thought that's what makes great artists great, is that everybody can understand it and everybody can enjoy it. Just because you can't understand him don't mean he nice.
Don't mean
you know what I mean? Don't mean he nice. You feel me? Money on my mind, money on my mental. Super soaker, wear it like a swimsuit.
Yeah, a swimsuit. You already quoted it. I think they sipping on that. I can fuck with him juice.
That's amazing.
Oh my god! Come on, you gotta love that.
It's the relentlessness of delivering shit like that over and over and over again to a point where you get so lit up with bars that you just throw your hands. It doesn't matter. Again, we talk time and time again about this shit. You could have the most insane, intricate bars of all time. How are you spitting them? How are you delivering them? Because it's just like, it's no guarantee just because you got bars, you're going to make a good song.
Right. I mean, for as much as we're going to have to talk about bars on this tape and throughout this season, the flows on here too, you know, like there isn't really a punchline in this sequence, but walking that line with a lot on my mind, I get that money and never dropping a dime. I don't hate, never not on my time. I put that little red dot on your mind, talking that crime, but a lot of them lying. I'm caught on the grind, never get off my grind. I'm a pimp to these hoes, not a pimp in my mind. That is how you just play with the beat. This era of Wayne, that throwing your hands up in the air, like, did he just say that? Coupled with how he was saying it, folks, it was a spiritual experience the first time I heard a Lil Wayne mixtape. This is not hyperbole. I became a rapper because I heard this. Do you understand how meaningful something has to be to make you change your career path?
What the hell was this man doing before he heard this shit? We don't know. He's never told us.
You don't want to know.
Can I ask y'all a question? Can I ask y'all a question? As y'all being,
absolutely.
As y'all being Wayne aficionados, do you consider Wayne a top 5 punchline rapper? The reason why I asked is because Lloyd Banks was recently asked of his top 5, and he did not name Wayne. He named Fabulous, but he didn't name Wayne.
Oh,
that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yes. Even though, like, I'll say this, he's almost talked himself out of it in the last decade. However, I still can never take him out of the top 5 punchline guys. Like, yeah, he's got to be up there for me.
And let me hit this for Lloyd Banks real quick.
Get the fuck out of here, you motherfucker!
Yeah, you know, Banks is the PLK, the punchline king. You know, he's got classic punchlines. Jadakiss has classic punchlines.
Kiss was on his 5. Yeah, he was on his 5.
You've got to have Wayne in there, I feel like. Yeah, man. Because you got to think about the volume, you know? The volume is crazy here. And not just here. It's like, I mean, I think a lot of people have it in their minds that, like, he sucked until Carter won and then he got good. That's not the case.
Right,
It's
right.
not. You can hear signs.
Which that was
You can
Gilly
hear-
the Kid's argument for writing for Wayne. He never wrote a fucking bar in his life for Wayne. Let's be honest.
That's what you.
Well, how come? I mean,
Fucking
listen,
bar.
the Gilly the Kid thing. Number one, I think after Carter won is his claim. So he stopped writing for him after Carter won.
Right. So when you had said, you know, the current statement that you had said, that's the storyline, that's the narrative.
If it was true, let me just say this. You stopped writing for Wayne, and then he dropped Carter 2, Dedication 2, Drought 3. So
Doesn't
I
help
guess,
the claim.
and then Carter 3 is the most successful album he ever dropped. So are you saying that you were writing for him when he was selling less records and not a national star yet? Because that's not a flex.
You know, it sounds like to me, you were holding him back, pal. Okay,
Fuck.
Gilly. Listen, you stopped writing for Wayne, and Wayne said,
Guess what? Bam, nigga.
okay, and went supernova. Okay,
Ape shit. Ape shit. I mean, at this point in time, I was just to speak on where I was. I'm sure I already spoke on it in part 1, but like, it was Wayne mixtape shit and Clips and Re-Up Gang mixtape shit almost exclusively. The competitiveness in the bars, the level of just like, because we had heard mixtape freestyles many times prior to that. Right?
I hadn't. This was my introduction to mixtape
Like,
freestyling.
We had heard the G-Unit shit and like Banks killing Victory and whatnot, like all that stuff. But just the consistency and the level of, you know, going at these beats like they fucking owed you something. Like, I'd never seen anything like it. And really, I do give a lot of credit to 50 because sometimes he would take people's shit and kind of turn it into like street hits, basically.
That's the thing about 50. Like, he would make songs like out of other people's beats.
Yes, he would like redo the hooks.
Right.
And, you know, we know he has like a good ear for hooks, so he would rewrite them. Even if it's on some Funny Boy shit, he's still gonna make a record out of it, basically. Yeah. And, you know, there was something about this time, and Wayne was just like, because it was already, the work ethic was crazy based on the output of mixtapes, but then once the leaks started coming in, we were getting multiple leaks a week.
What y'all know about LilWayneHQ.com? Was it HQ?
You know, Lil Wayne HQ. Yeah. And I feel like from 2005 until like 08, 09, we were just being fed a steady stream of brilliant Lil Wayne.
I feel like we got a new song every day. We was trading them on a bus like Pokemon cards, my boy.
Facts, man. Like, when I tell you that like the blogs, LimeWire was just like an endless supply. I remember coming home from school, like I would have to pace myself because it's like I would listen and come home and then download more and put that on the MP. Because this is back when the MP3 player, I think I had like 128 megabyte limit. So I would take certain stuff off and put new stuff on.
This was the diet we were all on. And we were playing the shit in our iPods. We were burning this shit to CDs and playing it in the car. And all of it was like, you couldn't tell me that I Took Her wasn't a hit. That's a random leak. You know? Shit wasn't a hit. It wasn't even really released.
Right.
You know, but the rate of good rapping we got from him, I think shows in this period. Like, keep in mind, this is a guy that years earlier had done that 10,000 bars thing or whatever it is.
And he was ripping
1,000 bars, 10,000 bars, something. He's rapping for like 30 minutes on there.
Yeah, the last of his written raps.
He was ripping the shits up, right? He was ripping them up, yeah.
He was fucking killing that shit, you know? It was just another kind of approach. It was a competitive approach, and this song perfectly encapsulates that, and that's why it's a great intro to me.
Look, when I see, well, I mean, technically the intro is the best in the business.
Well,
track
I
one
consider,
talking, but-
the intro to be the first song, basically.
Right.
What's the tone we're going to set by the first record on here? Because immediately after, we're going to go right into a freestyle over Dem Franchise Boys. Ooh, I think they like me. You can't open this tape like that.
Right. It's
you gotta kind of poke your chest out a little bit on the intro to something like this, you know, and assert yourself. And to continue the dog analogy, lift your leg and mark your fucking territory. You know, I remember hearing that I'm a beast, I'm a dog. You know, I thought shit when I was Diesel, I was a truck.
Oh, Kevin. Okay, Kevin. Yeah, look. Moulz basically told y'all, you know, I had to hit this. I had to hit it this season.
Hey, yo. Why every mixtape gotta have an intro?
Okay.
You know what's funny about
DJ
these?
Ski presentation.
Yeah, you know what's funny about Mixtape Wayne?
What's that?
That he had to be a completely different person around Stunner, and Stunner said, "Don't bring that New York shit around me." None of that New York shit.
That was he was telling him that.
So he had to find
an outlet
to get this shit off. That's why he's so hungry.
Wayne is a mark. I mean, Wayne is a total rap mark. He loves boom bap probably just as much as he loves the New Orleans bounce stuff.
Right. You know? Right.
The Playboy. I don't want to hear none of that rapidy rap shit around.
None of that shit, boy.
Look, Woody, keep that New York shit.
It's so funny how he would probably rap at the lunch tables and be like, "Fuck, you gotta go right to Stunner." He's like, "Nah, I gotta change my whole shit. I gotta change my whole flow." That's funny, bro.
You know what happened? Mel played Turbocharged.
What bot you got?
Wayne bought Golden Arms Redemption, which we covered back in season 6.
Hold on, wait.
And, you know, he was around Birdman playing that album. Birdman heard this record and it just made him think very low of New York. He didn't want to fuck with any of the New York shit.
Oh, fuck.
Well, I'll load this. Look, Turbocharged. I just actually, in case you're wondering if Mel does revisit these albums, I do. Well, at least the songs I like. I was listening to Turbocharged like the other night, seriously, like for enjoyment. Okay, folks.
Well, so was Wayne, and that's what got him banned.
To the break of dawn, elevation, yo. Elevation, smell the vibration.
Yeah.
Mystique beneath the beat, cave in.
Real
Super
hip-hop.
freak, meaty bone tones, discreet. Ganja leaf is a sweet sensation. Aching inside forsaken. Take over in the making. Live wire, retire. Oh, the great man, Mike Pope. Robodope, malicious intention. Broke through your fences, now this is the redemption. Nerve wrenching, unstoppable, highly colossal. Tonsil, obstacle, with hard to chew, bopping. Shopping through, no question. Honey, I'm sectional, intellectual, vet, rhyming professional. Swing all the ladies in our direction now. Potential's right, clever and so.
I gotta hear the hook. I gotta hear the hook.
Shit,
They gotta hear it.
hard. Yo, cause it's hard, turbocharged, and I'm doing shit my way. Bon voyage, Shaolin Dodge, nigga, I'm doing shit my way. Turbocharged, nigga, it's hard.
He never showed that to a single woman in his life. That is totally scare the hoes away music. Nah, he's
You gotta
fucking up
just
my
picture
IQ.
Birdman in that, you know, Breakfast Club slouch that he had.
Arms folded,
hearing this. And Wayne's like, first of all, this is fire. Second, I'm gonna kill this shit.
right?
And he told me you gotta leave that on the mixtapes.
Now look here, Playboy. Don't you ever do that shit on my record?
That nigga was eating a gumbo plate. He was like, hey, knock that shit off, all right?
Oh, where did Ding come from? Yeah, that's what Wayne gave his song. He gave it Ding Me Baby.
Stunner was like,
hit him with that.
Stunner was like, play it again. You're gonna be studying Macbeth next semester. You hear me? You're gonna back in school in New Orleans studying Macbeth.
You ain't coming on the road with us, Wody.
It's over.
Playing that You God.
It's over. We're giving Juvie another verse.
Look, man. Wayne, We love you. Okay, this is gonna be a celebration tonight. All right, we really love you. Okay,
it's true.
And
we really love you.
You know, and you
that,
gotta understand
that I can say wholeheartedly.
Yeah, look, he changed my life. He changed my life. I know my dad was distraught. He was distraught when I became a rapper, and as a good father should be. Okay, I believe that maybe for the entirety of 08, he tried to keep me away from Lil Wayne whenever he could.
And
I remember watching award shows. What'd you say?
Parents knew that because my dad did that shit. I was like, I'm right. He found out I was writing around. He's like, who you trying to be Wayne? You trying to be Lil Wayne? Who you trying to be?
Yes. Yes.
Like they knew it and it was disgusted. I'm like, yo, let me work. Let me cook. And then that's why we was like, they ain't getting nothing. We ain't getting nothing from me if I make it, Dad. You ain't getting nothing. It's over with. Old, hey, you know my slogan. I'm gonna give you exclusive for my mom's old folks home. Keep playing with me. Keep playing with me. Keep shitting on my dreams. I'm writing these shits. I'm not sleeping at all, Mom. I'm not sleeping at all. You telling me? Yeah, bro. I'm about to take it there, bro. I'm about to take it there.
Man. Y'all know the story, okay? They shredded my notebook. They made me shred it in the paper shredder in the home office, page by page. But later on, in 08, you know, when Wayne he was basically on his award run, like, you know, Carter 3, he was, you know, bringing in all the awards. We were watching the Grammys or BET. It was something in the living room, and Wayne came on that screen. I just remember feeling the heat from my dad's glare, like looking at like, this is the nigga who ruined my son.
Oh my
like he's
God.
looking at me. Like I can feel it. Like he's watching, studying me intently to see like what my reaction, and I have to like act like I don't care.
What was
about
your plan
Wayne being on the TV
in 2006?
Oh my God! Well, see, this is the thing though. I just wanted to rap.
So
no,
if it wasn't
before
for Wayne,
you found the drought.
Before I became a rap, we don't need to talk about that.
Wait, hold on.
We don't need to talk about that.
So if it
I think we
for,
do. It's the season premiere.
If it wasn't for Wayne, you think he would have put down a pen? You think he would have been fucking with the horse? You think he would have been fucking with the horse?
No, I picked up the pen so I could fuck with the hose.
You know, that's what I thought too. But not we was kicking that Dust Bunny rap. So was we really doing it for the hose?
Look, man, I'm gonna tell you what happened. Okay,
what was 06 Birch? What was on his mind? That's what I'm curious about.
This is what happened. Okay, so when I look back, y'all know I'm a very reflective motherfucker. When I was, reevaluating my life in hindsight, I realized, I might have had more of a stereotypical young black man mindset than I figured I had. Meaning, growing up, I think I thought I was going to the NBA. Like, I was hooping. I love basketball. And I just kind of assumed that that's what I was going to do, but I'd never really thought or committed to it. And it was around, 7th, 8th grade, entering high school. I'm like, wait, what do I want to do with my life? Wait, do I want to be an NBA player for real? And I hadn't grown. I wasn't in no AAU. I finally got to high school, 9th grade. You want to know 2006 Mel? I tried out. That nigga, Mr. Stinish, okay? I'm putting his name out there. He cut me. He cut me deep. He cut me literally from the tryouts, and figuratively he cut me. But I knew it was coming. I wasn't. Mason Alwyn was running my ass off that court. Everybody was. Plus, I was at the yo-yo-yo school. It was a lot of politics. They wasn't letting too many niggas on that team, okay? Now, Mr. Stinish, he should have cut me. I wasn't ready to be on a high school basketball team, junior varsity or otherwise. But after
Weren't
that
you
happened,
a year younger than everybody else as well?
I was, because I skipped the first grade. So I was, and after that, I didn't really think. I told myself, I guess I'm gonna be a video game developer. But that's just the thing. I didn't want to make video games. I wanted to play them motherfuckers. Let's be honest. Like classic kid mindset. You think you're gonna do the things that you like doing. Right. So it goes from basketball player to a video game designer to rapping. Now, granted, rapping was different because I already liked writing. I already had straight A's in English my whole life. I loved reading. So this was a more natural fit to me than basketball or video games.
You acclimated to it rather quickly.
Yeah. Yeah. And it happened almost, it was like before I even knew what I was doing, I bought a 5-subject, 5-star notebook, a pack of pens. Like, it just happened. it wasn't even so much a conscious thought like I'm gonna become a rapper. It just happened. You know, and that's how I know it felt like destiny. Me finding that mixtape in this room, me buying that notebook. It's just, before that, I was kind of drifting, man. Like, I really hadn't thought about it. I mean, I just knew it's like, I mean, I guess I'm a good student, but I don't really know what I want to do. But the fact that I loved writing and reading came together with this guy, Lil Wayne, who I heard one fateful night have his way with language. Like you say, it was a nonstop barrage of linguistic master. I couldn't believe the things he was saying. I literally couldn't believe it.
Because I feel like I came into, at your age, well, at the age you were when this came out, rather, you've seen the video. I was wrestling on the trampoline.
Right.
And quite frankly, I think I know how to lay out a pretty good match. But
the footage is on Twitter. Moulz was wrestling pretty well.
The footage is out there.
Better than a lot of NXT talent. All right. So yeah.
Listen, I was putting down on the trampoline, but I'll tell you one thing. I took a bump on hardwood, and I decided it
was a rap for that shit.
I mean, I'm not fucking with being a wrestler. I joined the wrestling team so I could learn Olympic Greco-Roman style wrestling. And I was doing that simultaneously while doing the backyard wrestling. But the moment I took a real bump, like a flat back, like they were showing me how to do on Tough Enough, I was like, oh, fuck no. I'm a fan of this.
Right.
I can't
that shit hurt that much?
I can't fall. Like, the idea of falling on command on wood, because that's really what it is. It's like, it's wood with like a sheet over it, basically.
Yeah, canvas.
That's what that mat is wood,
right?
So the mat is wood.
Yeah.
Well, not the mat itself, but underneath the mat.
Underneath the mat is wood.
Yeah.
Like wood planks, usually.
Yeah, it's...
Hold on, I got a question because I'm not really a wrestling aficionado. So if you take an F5, how much does that hurt? Does that really hurt?
The way that it's set up, there's some springiness to it. It's not like, the difference is, depends where you're wrestling, right? So like, if you're like at some like old wrestling school and they have like an old ring, you're really just bumping on hardwood with a sheet over it, essentially canvas. But there's like some give to it. If you go into like a WWE ring, it's not like a trampoline, but there's a little bit of a springiness to it. So if you take an F5, there is a little bit of give, but again, not enough that you'd see it on camera, for instance. It still can't look like you're sinking into a mattress.
Right. Yeah. It's, I would rather, talking about training and like, I would rather train on like a creakety? I made another word. Crickety, wooden thing. It's like you train in the dungeon so that, the real thing doesn't hurt as much. I'd rather do it that way.
Everything hurts about it. Everything hurts. Look, it's not for
you're
everybody.
Falling. You're falling. There's no way around it.
You're not just falling, you're throwing yourself back and falling on purpose, which is not what you're supposed to do.
Right. To make it look believable, you have to fall on purpose.
Yes, and it can't look like you're overthinking it, because then it's going to be like, oh, they really threw themselves down instead of falling. So you really just have to have no fear and just go for it and just make sure you tuck your chin. But it hurts when you do that. It's just not for everybody. If I could have easily went down that path if music in general didn't start to take priority for me.
Right. Same with me. Look, you want to know that you asked me. Before that, I didn't know what I was going to do, but that night where I found the Drought 3, you asked me.
I'm going to tell you what really changed my life. that when you saw the dramatic change,
Dramatic or drastic.
I said dramatic. Oh, that's a new word. I just
okay. That was the moment. That was a dramatic change in my life. I'm feeling the ripple effects today. I would not be speaking to you two if not for that tape. Literally. Like, it all leads here. So this is meaningful for me. This is meaningful for me, long story short. But
he kills this shit. It's not just about nostalgia. He kills the record.
He kills
with great vengeance and furious anger.
There you go. I mean, look, in the like you talk about get 'em, the language of that era, folks, the rappers get 'em. It was phrases like I'm going in, I'm a beast. It was about killing beats. Okay? Rapping well. Things are different now. It's, I'm lit. I got drip. There ain't nothing wrong with that. I got sauce. I got this. I got that. But it was a different mindset back then.
And the mindset was, who's the best at doing this thing, as opposed to who can rack up the most accolades and success while doing it.
Rappers of the day are, and this is not a bad thing, they're focused on making records because they want to make money. Rappers back then were focused on rapping, and hope to, in the process, make money. I get it. Like, you gotta appeal to songs are like 1.5 minutes now, 2 minutes. You're making TikTok records. They have to be catchy. You're inserting melody. You're doing these things to help the record stand out. You can't just hop on a beat and rap. That is, if you want to make money these days. I mean, some people have carved out a lane. You got your Rock Marcianos, your Griseldos, if you will.
But you know what? It's a shame because, like, in dance hall, for instance, like, the whole rhythm thing is still very popular. Even in, like, the New York drill stuff, they're all jumping on each other's beats.
Love that shit, man. I love that drill shit. Wait, if we're talking about... Oh, I love that shit, boy.
I'm saying, like, there's a lot of times I hear a song that's from, like, the Bronx or Brooklyn drill, and it's over a beat I didn't recognize, but that actually is not the original version of it. I'm seeing the, like, remix, freestyle sort of energy there. I wish it was just more prevalent in the mainstream, but then again, what are the mainstream records that people are really dying to rap over these days? Like, if there was a Dedication 7 that was about to come out, what would Wayne be rapping on from, like, the last year or two?
Oh, don't get me started on these late career dedications, because that's a question in itself. What do you rap on? What are the beats of the day? But the problem is,
let's say Prime Wayne showed up. Like, let's say he's like, yo, I'm back in, like, at the very least, like, D3 form.
Well, what I was going to say, though, he can show back up in prime form, but I hope it's not on these remakes he's been getting since, like,
let's say he has access to all the original beats, too.
I think he would rap on No Friends in the Industry. He would do No Friends in the Industry for sure.
Okay.
For sure.
All right, you say that's one of them?
I think that's one of them.
I mean, that's still an album cut, though. So, like, what of,
it
like,
gets so much airplay
yeah,
here.
but so is Get From Around Me by Dipset. Like, that's about as an album cut as you can get.
Good point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I would like to hear Prime Wayne on, like, Mr. Morale, the title track from Mr. Morale, the one with that crazy beat that boom 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 boom.
Yeah. I might go hard. Or that one record off the Cole album, the one that had Cameron on it.
Oh, yeah.
Interstate or something.
Yeah, I think so. Route 91 or some shit. I don't know
the off season.
That's crazy. I don't remember the title name.
95 South.
Okay. But that's the thing. South. Like, I'd like to hear him on that Benny the Butcher and J. Cole song if he had some bars for it. But
Johnny P's Caddy.
Yeah, but like none of these are like hit records. It's crazy that like there were just a bunch of beats. I can hear him on
Nail Tech.
Yeah, I don't want to hear him.
But the thing, a lot of these new records are tailored to be records. They're structured in such a way that you can't even really just hop on them and rap. So it ain't like a Millie Beats no more.
But that's the thing. That's like what I kind of miss is like a bunch of records at once that everyone's trying to get on. I remember that like there was that summer where like everyone was rapping on Welcome Back, everyone was rapping on Lean Back, everyone was rapping on, you know, Shorty Wanna Ride With Me. A bunch of people were just rapping on a bunch of the same beats, but it was from the same era.
I feel like there was a beat recently that everybody was like taking a crack at. Now I mean recently and like not like this year, but like the past 5 years. I feel like a lot of people.
What about that Kodak Black beat? That Super Gremlin. Everybody rapped on that bit. Everybody rapped on that.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Hey, Billy Boards hopped on that.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I guess you're right. I was thinking. I feel like people hopped on Bank Account by 21 Savage. I feel like that happened. I don't know. Yeah, it's just a different culture, man. Like you know. Well, I'm speaking of 21, like what, you know, niggas don't want to fight no more. I beat the shit out. You know, like niggas don't want to rap no more. Okay.
I beat the shit one of them niggas.
Okay. Like it's different, and I mean, I respect it. I understand it.
We just saw this year, Coast Contra get all this attention, perform a JID freestyle live on Jimmy Fallon. I still think there's an audience for it.
But we know about Jimmy Fallon. He's one of the more, I don't even think his ears to the streets, but
it's more Questlove, right? Or
I
more
think
the
so.
Roots, right? Yeah, I think that's what
and you know, as a
I'm
whole,
just saying though, the buzz. They dropped a whole album of original music, and their freestyles are still the most viral thing about them.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know what that reminds me of, like. Hate to bring up this ad, but like TikTok challenges, like that's kind of the closest thing you get where like people are all hopping on the same thing, you know, like right. I guess it's kind of evolved to be like that, but even still, that's like short form content. Like they're not rapping,
they're not dropping
more
tapes
than like a minute,
where they're doing it over a bunch of different stuff,
right? So,
yeah, over the last year, it'd be really hard to pick and choose what I would want to hear from Wayne. Usually when Chains pops out with like like, you know, Watch Out Little Bitch, like one of them ones, I like to hear Wayne on them. Like when he pop out with a Watch Out or something like that with that type of bounce, I like Wayne on that. You know what I mean? With the last year, it's really hard. Like I could throw names out there, but it's just like.
Like, is there something off of Donda that you want to hear Wayne rap on? Is there something off of, I don't know, what are the big albums really? You know, that's another conversation entirely. Like, what's got enough capital where he could rap on it and people are like, oh shit, he hopped on such and such?
Well, see, here's the thing. You can't ask me that question because I'm a firm believer that Wayne can rap on anything. I want him to hop on that goddamn Passion by Pink Panthers. Okay, hop on that bitch and do Wayne on things.
Passion. Listen, Wayne hops on Passion by Pink Panthers.
I feel like it go off, but I'm crazy, you know.
I
mean, he hopped on.
I get ass naked on camera. I get ass naked on camera. If Wayne, if Wayne hops on Passion by Pink Panthers, I get naked on camera. Facts.
He hopped on the. I heard you're married on Dawn FM, and you know, as that song played, I'm like, oh my god, like what's Wayne gonna do on this? And he did what he had to do, but like that's one of the things I love about Wayne. I mean, you can't argue. This man is willing to try a lot of different things. It's the man that gave us Rebirth. Okay, so like, I don't think he's really to that point. I was so shocked because I think of him in my brain as someone who's not really deterred by off-kilter beats. When he hopped on Dedication 4, I think it was 4, and he hopped on Special Delivery with J. Cole, and before his verse started, he was like, I don't even like this beat. I was like, what? Really? Like, okay, that was
probably
not a beat
to him.
And then, and even funnier is later on Carter 5, Uproar is just a flip of Special Delivery. So I'm like, what changed between like now and I mean, but hey.
He acquired Sandy Graham's red pen.
You don't remember who the hell is Sandy Graham?
Drake Mama.
I know Dennis Graham. Oh, Drake Mama.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Dennis Graham got that big ass tattoo of what did you say? That was
that's not him in Dallas Drake.
Yeah, not him in Dallas era Drake on his shoulder. Okay.
He said, "Why you do me like that? We family."
Drake said, "We family."
That's Drake.
That's
Yeah,
Drake.
he got a tattoo of Drake.
Oh,
looking
got
like
you.
a fucking wallaby. I know the picture too that was used as a reference. It's definitely like that era of Drake. But we determined in the group chat that shit just runs in the family. Bad tats, I guess. Like Drake got them Lisa Frank sticker book ass tattoos. I guess his daddy got them tattoos. We think Adonis gonna get them tattoos.
We think Adonis gonna have them tattoos, and I'm
what
gonna
did
be
you
here
say? Stop.
in 30 years.
Hold
Hold on, we try to pull it up.
No, I got it.
Okay.
He said. Styles said 6:54 p.m. yesterday. We're gonna be old ass niggas. Look at that little boy Tess. Like, hey, yo, daddy and his daddy, and now, oh shit, October's very own. Yeah, look, it's an OVO thing, all right? I guess
that
that's
can't
what
be
they
Drake
do over
on
there.
his arm. That's not him.
That's Drake.
I know it is because I know the picture. I know the picture.
City is mine. Which one? You feel me?
It's just, I don't know why he would do that. But yeah, look, man, I said we was going for an hour. Here we go. Hour, 20 minutes. Look, the point is, Get 'Em's great. This era of Wayne's great. The mixtape era, I miss it. And look, Dad, if you're listening, that night I found the freestyles, the BET Awards 2008. I had to sit there in the love seat and act like I wasn't popping for Wayne had performed some song. And at the end of the song, no, can't believe it. At the end, the beat drops. He goes a cappella. I'll never forget it. Didn't your mama tell you not to mess with them aliens? I'm just trying to make like a fucking Australian. Dreams of fucking Miss Sarah Palin. And don't McCain look like it's hard about to fail him. But scratch that shit, Young Money, we the greatest. Add another check to my checkings and savings. Add 4 F's to the Weezy F, baby. Now it's Weezy fucking baby. And I was like sweating internally. I'm like, my goat, Wayne. He's addressing
You know what's so
politics.
that got me? You know what's so that, in this world so cold and deceiving, but I keep my head up like my nose is bleeding.
Okay. I had to not react to that on live TV though. My dad is looking at me across the living room, and I gotta act like I don't care that Wayne is doing mixtape raps on TV. You know? But that was the era. That's what built me. That's what made me. Okay. So
yeah, crazy.
And then you fucked it up joining the cult and making those dust ball raps.
We don't need to talk about that. All right, where's the fucking drop? Where's okay? I then the end of 08 happened. And the Hamiltonization process started, and now I'm looking back like, nigga. Okay, why did you do that?
Hey, Charles, damn, God damn it. He corrupted a lot of minds, stopped a lot of young boys from getting some ass. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna hold you. Nah, hey, Moulz, I don't know if he ever told you. We was at the bonfire. It was me. It was 88. It was Paul Crenshaw, aka Hasim Multidimensional. They was talking about him for an hour and a half. They was looking at us like, yo, get these motherfuckers out my house. We was at the bonfire.
Boring them to
never
death,
hung out.
to tears.
Never hung out with them again. No lie, no cap. Never saw him again.
That was the origin of Paul. The hoes. The hoes leaving.
The hoes leaving, Paul. Hoes leaving. He never said no. Whenever he said that shit to him, he never said anything back. Never. How we gonna tell Paul scared the hoes away? He an R&B singer. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro.
Oh my god. Yeah, folks. Listen to some Mixtape Wayne every now and then just to get your body right. Okay? It's good for the spirit. It's chicken soup for the soul. All right.
It's like anything else.
Yeah, it's like anything else, you know.
Facts. Nah, that's facts. That's facts. Y'all ugly.
So, you know.
Ugly as shit, boy.
Yeah, look, I mean, Styles, I think we did our job. I mean, obviously, we know you can call in at any time. You're a friend of the show. You got access to Moulz Mel like a lot of people don't have, but the floor is yours. Anything you want to plug, anything you want to tell these fine people tonight.
Oh, before I plug, I gotta ask y'all one more question about this record. It just came to me. You know how like we was talking about that era of Get 'Em? Was that because you were in New York, Moulz? Is that like you would say when someone's getting roasted or fried on? Because I remember them saying Get 'Em and How High. Weren't they doing that? Is that kind of like similar?
Well, yeah. I mean, I've heard Get 'Em, get it. You know, it's just gets thrown around. I don't know if it's exclusively New York. That might be like in Compton, we call that something that they call it everywhere else. But
I'm adding that to the glossary, by the way. The DJ Quick and Styles, there was a spur of the moment. That's the name of the record, right, Moulz? DJ Quick
spur of the moment and Ludacris, Ludacris.
Yeah, he hopped on that bitch and said in Compton we call that spur of the moment. It's quick. They call it spur of the moment everywhere. It's a phrase that we all know. But yeah,
let me ask you this: is Got 'em and Got 'em, is that New York or is that everywhere? You know, you do they look and you'd have like you'd be doing the
D's
thing.
Nuts.
Yeah, the D's nuts or like the thing, the fucking thing, the fingers.
It's a variation.
Black colloquial language.
I think it's a variation because I feel like, everybody got different dialects. I think it's really interesting about the different regions have different dialects. So when you hear like get 'em in like a lower tone, I just feel that resonates. The octave that Pop Smokes used to talk from and growl from, that's like New York to me. You know what I mean? And
I don't want to claim get 'em. I really don't want to claim get 'em if it's an everywhere thing.
I think it might just be a phrase.
I
think it might just be a phrase.
I want to claim what we have ownership of. I'll tell you one thing.
Y'all got plenty of ownership, so
we own the whole genre of hip hop because we invented it. So I don't give a fuck about get 'em. Really, got 'em, get 'em. Who gives a shit?
It's like, look around. We created this. You see this?
Oh my god, the Drake line.
Yeah. Look, I mean, it's funny because Styles, you introduced me. I don't know if this is a LA thing, but like when you said I'm gonna bake your shit, that was new to me, and it frightened me. It scared me when you told me.
They didn't say that shit in New York. I'm gonna bake your shit. Definitely, I only heard that out here for the first time.
I mean, there are regional ways to say that. Like my dad told me growing up, he say like they would call it casing. like I was gonna like I'm a case on you, or like playing the dozens way back in the day. I mean, roasting.
Yeah, roasting.
It's a lot of things you can do to people. Okay,
it's a lot of things you can do to people.
Yeah, and I felt them all. All right, it's just this is why I started writing to fight back. Okay. I was just having a meltdown in the chat last night. Listen, I'm not gonna go too deep into it. Shawty, wherever you at, Amber.
Oh God.
I was dissing you on these records at Peoria Notre Dame High School, my first year of rapping. I was dissing you because I liked you on my Helga Pataki shit, and I was being Lil Wayne. I was just I was being so-called clever. I didn't hate you. I don't have a problem with you. Okay, I actually like you a lot.
Accepted your friend request?
No, she did. She accepted my apology. This is long. It haunts me because I'm a ruminating ass nigga. But like, no, it's a long story. Amber, shout out to you. Okay, and this is the girl. I told you the story. What are you gonna do? Write another rap about me? That could have ended my rap career. That hurt me. Okay, when she said that,
it did end your rap career. I'd argue it planted that seed where you started making that sad boy rap and you stopped making that Wayne rap.
There was an era though. There was an era right before the sad boy. I think it was intermingled. When we was really firing, we was trying to get the tape together. Like Mel was in the Tiana Trump pocket. That ain't no sad boy shit.
No, but see, I had pivoted. I was trying to pivot back.
I'm talking way further back than that. We're talking about, the earliest days. Pre-Hamilton.
Yeah. There you go.
Shit, I didn't even know you pre-Hamilton.
Yeah, that was when that was the record I played earlier. That was, I didn't start talking to y'all until, after high school, like, 2010, 2011. So y'all missed the first 3 years of my career.
You know what LA can claim? They can say we came up with that part. I never heard that shit outside.
That's LA. That's for sure LA.
For sure.
And I hear it out here all the time. And Stilo, you can say that part because you agree with me.
That part.
Right.
It's just a bunch of different shit that we got that's different. But I know it's like the sunken place when we talk about like the rap career, Mel's rap career. But I remember hearing you. It was you and Cam. It was like 88 had picked me up from the airport and he played you and Cam's verse over the ass milk joint. It was And I was like, oh, these niggas kind of raw. I ain't gonna lie.
That was me pulling from my Wayne era, though, because I was already deep into the cult by then, but like, that was just it was a bar, but it was also kind of sad boy. I was talking about all sorts of whacked out shit on that record, but here's a whole story with that. That record dropped over ass milk, and the boyfriend of the girl who I liked, who I had beef with, texted me because he had my number. Long story. He's like, he heard the record. He was like, yo, that's dope. If you ever need some drum tracks, because I guess he was a drummer. Listen, I'm not going down that road. But anyway, yeah, look, Styles, you got any plugs?
Yeah, same as always. YUNGESTILOS and on Twitter, on Insta, and StiloReacts on YouTube. And yeah, man, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Look, help him get his money from Susan. Okay.
Facts, man. Oh,
she played too much.
God,
we know about her. Okay.
Oh my!
We're trying to build an empire here.
I left a couple fresh off the press on a hotline talking about Susan. You know what I mean?
We played one in this episode. I got one. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. They know how I give it up. So yeah, thank you. Shout out to Double R, man. Best podcast in the world.
Thank you for the little freestyle up top. That was classic, I have to say.
Had to. Them Rad Boys work hard, man. Subscribe to their Patreon.
Boys, man.
They subscribe to their Patreon, because I know it feels like Mel shaking the tin can full of nickels, begging y'all. But listen, though, I'm demanding y'all. Stilo said go to the Patreon. You heard? You dig me?
I love it.
Well,
you dig me?
The good news is you're done. The bad news is we're probably only halfway done with the show itself. So we should probably move on. And it's possible this is also the end of part 1. So stay tuned for part 2 coming up right after this. It's probably getting split. Stilo, thank you, and God help us all.
Godspeed.
Yo, it's Mel from Rap Rankings. To hear the full episode this clip comes from and all the other episodes, stop by raprankings.com or search Rap Rankings on your favorite podcast platform.